Every day, our mental health is gently shaped by the routines we maintain. While some effects are clear and direct, many are more subtle, quietly weaving their influence into our lives in ways we might not immediately notice. Here are 5 everyday things that can significantly impact or potentially harm our mental health. Kicking things off at number 1, screen time at dawn. Many of us are practically married to our phones, reaching for them as soon as we open our eyes each morning. We dive into messages, swipe through social media, check our emails, and devour the latest news before our feet even hit the floor. While our smartphones boost productivity and can be our lifelines to the world, they also stealthily fill our mornings with distractions and stress. Believe it or not, 80% of smartphone users start tapping on their screens within the first 15 minutes of waking up. Checking your phone right after waking up is like ordering dessert before dinner. It's enjoyable, but scrambles the proper order of things. This habit primes your brain for a day full of distractions. Confronting negative news or urgent emails first thing can trigger stress that hangs over your head like a dark cloud. As Julie Morgenstern, author of Never Check Email in the Morning, says, the most dramatic, effective way to boost your productivity is to completely avoid email for the first hour of the day. Research links excessive screen time in the morning with increased anxiety and groggy brain function. Kind of like waking up on the wrong side of the bed, but worse. To make the most of your morning, try giving your screens the cold shoulder for the first hour. This allows your brain to cycle through its natural wake-up routine without interference. If avoiding screens for an entire hour feels like a marathon, start with a few minutes and gradually build up. You'll soon find that easing into your day without digital distractions can lead to mornings that are as smooth as your first cup of coffee. Second up, rushed mornings. Breakfast is often described as a love letter to your body, and for good reason. Skipping this essential morning meal affects not just your hunger, but also your mood and mental acuity throughout the day. Studies suggest that 15% of adults regularly skip breakfast, missing out on the key meal that powers their energy and sharpens their mind. The significance of breakfast has roots that go deeper than mere habit. The phrase "breakfast is the most important meal of the day" traces back to the 1960s. Prominent American nutritionist Adele Davis famously recommended eating breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper to maintain ideal weight and avoid obesity. However, the impact of skipping breakfast extends beyond weight issues. It sets a stage ripe for anxiety and other mental health challenges. Research involving adolescents shows that those who skip breakfast are more likely to exhibit stress and depressive symptoms that could rival a dramatic movie plot. While missing a meal occasionally might not cause significant harm, regularly skipping meals can fast-track a connection between poor eating habits and mood disorders. Additionally, skipping breakfast can amplify feelings of anxiety. Another study indicates that extreme dieters, about 62% of whom also report symptoms of depression and anxiety, may be neglecting their nutritional needs, which are critical for mental stability. The repercussions of skipping breakfast also include loneliness, disrupted sleep patterns, and diminished performance in academic or professional settings. The relationship between eating and sleeping is integral to maintaining both mental and physical health. So, instead of rushing out the door on an empty stomach, consider starting your day with a nutritious meal. A good breakfast can not only fuel your body, but also potentially brighten your entire day. At number 3, the commuting pressure. A stressful commute is more than just a daily inconvenience. It's a significant player in the drama of daily life. Research indicates that long commutes are linked with increased rates of depression, anxiety, and social isolation, trapping millions in a widespread traffic-induced malaise. Such challenging commutes can severely shake one's mental stability, leading to stress, anxiety, and diminished job satisfaction. Extended travel times disrupt the delicate work-life balance and often teeter on the brink of burnout. The unpredictability of commuting amplifies despair, making commuters feel like pawns in a cruel game of urban chess. By 2020, over 56% of the global population resided in urban areas, exacerbating traffic jams and congestion. Urbanites often travel great distances due to the disparity between job locations and affordable housing. On average, workers dedicate about 10.5% of their work and travel time to commuting, equivalent to a 28-minute one-way trip for an 8-hour workday, just enough time to listen to a podcast or reflect on missed opportunities. A significant study involving over 23,000 people revealed that South Koreans commuting over an hour are 16% more likely to exhibit depressive symptoms compared to those who commute under 30 minutes. The psychological toll of commuting is profound. Enduring a tough commute can inspire dread, with the thought of the daily journey potentially raising blood pressure. The stress from navigating traffic chaos can lead to severe psychological effects, including anxiety and depression. A lengthy commute can also breed anxiety by rendering one utterly out of control. When a one-hour trip doubles, causing missed family dinners or important meetings, it's easy to feel helpless and frustrated. For those using public transportation, the overstimulation from crowds, noise, and chaos can double commute times, testing even the most zen commuters. At number 4, clutter and chaos. Clutter is more than just an annoyance. It can be a significant source of stress and anxiety. Organizational psychology research indicates that cluttered environments may provoke reactions similar to suffocation, which impacts mental health and reduces productivity. For instance, a notable UCLA study involving 32 families found that mothers in cluttered homes experienced elevated stress hormone levels. Similarly, a 2009 U.S. study reported that such environments led to higher cortisol levels among mothers, suggesting that chronic clutter might escalate stress. Dr. Rick Hansen, author of Hardwiring Happiness, notes that prolonged exposure to elevated cortisol can cause brain changes, heightening stress sensitivity over time. Beyond stress, clutter can induce a low-grade fight-or-flight response, putting a strain on the body and increasing the risk of diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. It also impairs social interactions. A 2016 study revealed that cluttered environments made it difficult for participants to interpret emotional cues in films. Moreover, clutter can disrupt sleep, leading to difficulties in falling asleep and frequent night awakenings. Clutter not only hampers concentration, but can diminish the brain's ability to focus, according to research. This makes clutter not just bothersome, but potentially infuriating. On the flip side, tidying up can bring considerable benefits. While a bit of mess might enhance creativity, the disadvantages, like elevated stress hormone levels, are substantial. Therefore, tackling clutter can significantly enhance both immediate environments and overall well-being, offering psychological benefits as real as the negative effects of clutter. And last but not the least, social media and self-view. Social media, the digital adhesive binding us together, has become an integral part of daily life, serving both as a hub for connectivity and sometimes a minefield for mental health. According to studies, 69% of adults and 81% of teens in the US are tethered to their feeds, which means many of us are potentially flipping from #blessed to #stressed in a single scroll. This extensive engagement puts many at risk for depression, anxiety, and the distinct sensation of feeling more FOMO than YOLO. The problem stems from the endless comparisons drawn to airbrushed lives and vacation shots that seem more photoshopped than a celebrity's magazine cover. Even though we recognize that no one's life is as flawless as their social media profile, we can't help but feel a pang of envy when someone posts about their exotic holiday or job promotion while we're at home in our pajamas eating cereal for dinner. Social media also intensifies the fear of missing out, compelling us to keep tabs on our feeds. This compulsion mimics addiction, with high usage paradoxically increasing loneliness. It turns out, watching someone's 100th selfie with their cat doesn't substitute for real human interaction. On the other side, about 10% of teens report being cyberbullied, making social media platforms sometimes less like friendly gatherings and more like dodgeball games where the ball is spiked with nasty rumors and insults. In addition, problematic social media habits include choosing your phone's glow over the warmth of human company, feeling blue after too much screen time, and risking life and limb for the perfect selfie to impress the digital crowd. Some efforts of social media platforms, like hiding likes, are akin to placing a small band-aid on a large wound. It's a start, but the underlying issues of validation and comparison persist. Social media's allure lies in its unpredictability. Similar to gambling, the thrill of potential likes keeps users returning for more. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed by your online life, heed this timeless advice. A calm mind brings inner strength and self-confidence, so that's very important for good health. Sometimes, safeguarding your mental health simply means logging off and experiencing life unplugged, or at least resisting the urge to tweet about every minor life event. A few small tweaks to our daily routines can go a long way, kind of like how one extra snooze button can make all the difference in the morning. Here's to nudging our habits in the right direction for healthier minds and fewer grumpy mornings. Until next time.